Well, Bob, we're kind of missing those evening storms in our area anyways tonight.
The coolest out. We only had a couple, very isolated at that.
Isolated,
and they moved on quickly into the Gulf of Mexico. Things will start to get back to a little bit more normalcy tomorrow as a result of some drier air moving in. We won't see as many storms around, but there'll be a few late in the day.
Okay.
Here's what's going on right now with the viewer photos that were sent in. Sarasota, this is from the Sailing Squadron. Getting a look at some of the isolated showers that were around earlier today that kind of developed right around 2, 3 o'clock, but they quickly moved off into the Gulf and then slowly dissipated. Well, the showers are still out there in the Gulf, and they're continuing to head off toward the west, and they will slowly dissipate with that tropical wave as it moves further away from the Suncoast. We'll see a return to high pressure building in over the northern portion of the state, and that will give us that east to southeasterly wind flow, which will set up for some showers and storms mainly in the afternoon and evening along the coast. Maybe not as many due to some slightly drier air and the fact that the high pressure ridge is going to be fairly close to us, and that usually causes subsidence or sinking air, which doesn't allow the air to rise, cool, condense, and become storms. And you can see from the satellite imagery, all that dry air is in place right here because of the clear skies. The tropical waves still bringing quite a bit of cloudiness throughout much of the eastern Gulf of Mexico, extending all the way down into Cuba and the Western Caribbean. There's another one behind it, but it hasn't got much chance to get here anytime soon. 82 degrees, it's pretty warm and clear skies right now. The dew point temperature at 74 degrees. We have an east wind at 6 and the pressure 30-10, and that is high. It continues to rise slightly at this hour. The high today was above average, as it has been all week thus far as a result of the easterly winds. It was 93, 3 degrees shy of the record 96, and 74 was the morning low. No rainfall to report today at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. Anyway, we had some showers around parts of the Suncoast, but it wasn't all that impressive. I know Northport had about 0.3 of an inch. 82 right now in Sarasota, and that dry air is in place. This is the water vapor imagery showing the water vapor in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, and you can see it's covering much of the Bahamas. Nice day there in the central and northern Bahamas with all that dry air in place, no rain around, and then we start to pick up that tropical wave as that continues to kind of weaken as it makes its way off to the west northwest. And as far as the forecast model goes, this particular model clearing skies overnight, and then we'll start off with some sunshine mixed with a few clouds tomorrow morning. The showers will start to develop around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 to 2 o'clock, and then they'll get a little bit more intense as we move through time. So this is fairly typical of what we see during an afternoon thunderstorm pattern. We get the little brief shower, possibly late morning, early afternoon, then the stronger cells come in, say after 3, 4 o'clock. And then it clears out again. We'll see on Saturday maybe some showers out here in the Gulf of Mexico, but for the most part we'll stay in that same pattern with afternoon and evening storms progressing toward the west late in the day. Well, it's been kind of a wet week across parts of the Midwest and into Illinois and Indiana. You can see that stretching up to Ohio now. A frontal boundary lies there, and some warm, moist air overriding the cooler area. It's pretty chilly, too. 64 degrees in now in Minneapolis, 64 in Toronto, 59, though, in Boston. Out ahead of it, though, 87 degrees now in the nation's capital, 87 in Dallas, 78 in New Orleans. For boaters tomorrow, afternoon storms, you have to dodge those. East winds will be at 10 to 15. It's a little brisk, seas 2 to 3 feet, and a moderate chop. Water temperature at 88 degrees. And as far as the tides go, upcoming for Sarasota Bay, they look like this. High tide in just a couple of minutes from now at 11:22. A low tide will be at 5:11, and sunrise will be at 6:45. Clearing skies tonight, mild, 76 for a low. An east wind will make it feel a little bit nicer out there. And then tomorrow, we set it afternoon showers and storms around at 40%. That's a little bit below the average. And a high of 91 degrees. Southeasterly winds 5 to 10. The extended forecast calling for a little bit better chance for storms Sunday through next week, Thursday. Anywhere from 50 to 60% chance for showers and storms.